Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of On the Pole Racing here at Playground TV. We get set for another night of awesome racing as we're here from Charlotte. We head on down through here with the Gen 4 down that back straightaway here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So looking there at Ben Parson and 39 of Andrew Kahn. Try and get a couple things situated just a little bit. Here this Wednesday night. Oh, come on, you cooperate. Okay, so as we see here, well, that shouldn't be on. That should be turned off. There we go. Now we're all set to rock and roll here tonight. Hopefully the audio issues stay calm tonight. I know we've run into some issues there, here and there. Hopefully tonight they stay pretty calm, though. We'll see how well they play out here as the night goes on. But down through the back stretch, you see Nick Tucker there, and into the wall, I believe, was Nick Tucker. We're on board there with Joseph Spillman. Head down here in the corner number 1. Down that back straightaway. 3 minutes to go here in practice. Graham Connolly out there in the number 71. There you see Evan Gomet in the number 68. 39 of Andrew Kahn. See them work here off the corner, down through that front stretch once again. That number 50, Robert Howard, now out there making some laps with about 10 seconds, coming down to 10 seconds to go here in practice. Then we'll move on to qualified. As there you see Howard lose it, coming there out of corner number 2. Checker flag waves here tonight. Down here off of the stretch, we're looking to see what everybody's lap times are going to be. Got 5 minutes to qualify. Down there along the bottom, here he comes up towards the outside wall. There you see Clay Sarton and that Monster Energy machine up there against that outside wall in that Monte Carlo. Waiting to see if iRacing is going to give us more of the Gen 4 cars like I did for the 87 Grand Nationals. They held down through out of corner number 2 down that back straightaway. Trying to hang on to it is Clay Sarton. Here he comes there out of corner number 4 back around here towards the front stretch. What's he going to lay down for a time? It's going to be a 29.929. Chase Matsko laying down quick time so far with a 29.748. As you're on board there with Sarton as he works down that back straightaway. Time to beat is a 29.748 laid down by Chase Matsko. Sarton here comes out of turn number 4. Andrew Kahn now laying down quick time. Scratch that. Greco Nail lays down the quick time now of 29.517. Sarton laid down a 29.652. Chase Matsko with a 29.667. Evan Gomet with a 29.548 moves himself up there in the second place. Ben Parson lays down a heater with a 29.473. Times keep clicking in here. We wait to see Ben Parson. There you see him in that 33. Matt Mars up there against the outside wall in that mellow yellow machine here tonight. Has not laid down a time here as of yet, but working on it. He works here out of turn 4, down there across the front straightaway, down across the stripe. His first lap going to be a 29.899 for Matt Mars. And now you're looking at Mark Nelson. Nelson hasn't laid down a time as of yet. We're back watching Matt Mars coming there through turn 3 and 4. Back out here onto the front stretch. That's going to be in no time. No time there for Matt Mars. He's going to end up with a 29.899. I'm sure he's kicking himself after that one, as Mars, I believe, had a better lap going that second time. until he comes out of corner number 4 and ends up in that outside wall. Down through that back stretch, there you see Mark Nelson there in the 29, or I'm sorry, in the 86 with a time right now of 29.811. We'll see what his time ends up being here as he exits corner number 4. I see Carrot Hill. And it looks like Nelson lays down a 29.608 to get himself up there in the 4th position. And we're currently watching Tuberville laying down his time. Carrot Hill laid down a 30.242 for his first lap. Under a minute left to go in qualifying. Here they come down across the bottom of the racetrack here. Coming for lap number 1 for Tuberville with a 29.908. Hoping to try to get quicker with that. Ben Parsons still holds on to the quick time here with a 29.473. Everybody heads on down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Goes at 64 of Cale Tuberville. Down there across the bottom, up there across the top, down here in the corner number 1 they go. And Tuberville puts down 29.701 to get himself in the 11th position right now. Right, I believe it's Ryan Peters and Dan Brassington did not qualify, as qualifying has now ended. And wonder if I got to chase down Spillman, or if Spillman's going to join me up here. There you are. I was wondering if I'm going to have to chase you down or not.
Oh, no. I was just waiting for qualifying, Dan. But, Adam, it is time for our driver spotlight again for this week. And this week we're going to have another one of our admins in here, a guy that does a lot behind the scenes for FMA and has done a lot since he's come on as an admin, and we certainly appreciate his help, and I know sometimes it's good for the admins to know that they're doing a good job. So this week we're going to go with Matt Mars, and Matt's in here with us. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Joe. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well. As you know, you are our driver spotlight for tonight, and I was just telling everybody that you are an admin here with us and have done some incredible things as far as setting up a Patreon and doing some recruiting, so we'd like to thank you for that.
That's my pleasure.
Yeah, you've been doing a really good job. How long have you been with FMA?
About 4.5 months.
How did you get interested or hear about this league?
I found it through Facebook. I was scrolling around looking for a Gen 4 league, and of course this was back with the old car, and I believe Chase maybe had commented on somebody else's post and put the Discord link in, and I joined up, and it's been a really good decision. Great group of guys to race with.
Yeah, I say that all the time. It is a great group to race with. Whether or not that you're in the Gen 4s or Xfinity that we run as well, or ARCA, it's still a good competition and a good group of guys. What do you do when you're not turning sim laps here on iRacing? What do you do for a living or hobbies or anything?
Yeah, I own and operate a sawmill in Middle Tennessee. We cut a lot of railroad cross ties and hardwood stuff, and pretty well that takes most of my time that I'm not on the sim, and when I'm not there doing this, I'm spending time with my wife and 3 kids.
Yeah, do you run any, I know we're doing Gen 4 tonight here at Charlotte, you run any other leagues with FMA?
Yeah, I pretty well try to dabble in a little bit of everything that we're doing. I don't get to make the ARCA races as much as I'd like, and I've just recently gotten involved with the GT3 stuff. I'm not that great at it, but have a lot of fun anyway, and I'm learning, and managed to get to run an endurance race with you guys at the Spa this last go round, and it was a lot of fun. And, of course, the Xfinity series we run there too. But pretty well, anytime we open the doors, I'm going to try to be there.
Yeah, Spa was a lot of fun. That was a good time. Definitely, when you talk about endurance race, 24 hours, even if you're only doing 2 hours at a time, it can get to you a little bit.
Absolutely.
Tonight at Charlotte, what's your plans for tonight? Are you got any strategy? You gonna try to run up front, or what are you gonna try to do tonight?
Well, I qualified about towards the back. I'm going to try to conserve a little bit and try to stay out of trouble. My last 4 or 5 races in this and the Xfinity car, it seems like I've gotten into a wreck trying to run up front or trying to run a little bit too competitive and get caught up in someone else's mess. And I think the best bet for me, try to keep it off the turn 4 wall and try to keep the tires on it to see if I can't be a little bit more competitive towards the end of this thing.
Yeah. And that may pay off definitely if there's enough incidents. Before I let you go, Matt, you got any shout outs or teammates or sponsors you'd like to mention?
Well, I'd just like to thank y'all, all the admins and all the members of FMA, for making this such a great place to race. And, of course, I want to thank my wife and kids, and for especially my wife's birthday being today. She's being cool with me being in here racing, so thankful for her, and thank you for good Lord for giving me the opportunity to do all this.
Yeah, especially that's a good woman there. She's letting you race on her birthday, so
Absolutely. Yeah.
props to her. Well, Matt, I appreciate you joining us, and good luck tonight. I hope you are up there at the top of the pack when we finish. So I wish you luck and have a good race tonight.
Thank you, Joe. You too, buddy.
We'll see you.
See ya.
All righty, well, thank you, Joe, for that. And
Hey, no problem, Adam. We'll see you later.
all righty, well, we'll see how well you do as well. Good luck to you as you get ready to set out on this race tonight.
Yeah, I'll be in the back monitoring everything for you.
Is that your plan, or is that you think what's just going to happen?
Well, I mean, I'll say it's my plan, but I think that's what's going to happen.
All righty. Well, good luck, Joe. I think we're getting ready to take the grid.
Yep, we'll see you.
So here we go, grid for tonight. Ben Parson going to start out there on pole. Sage Greco there on his outside in that second place. Row number 2 on the inside in that number 68 machine. That's going to be driven by Evan Gomet starting in third. To his outside there in row number 2, that's going to be Mark Nelson in that number 86 starting fourth. In row number 3 on the inside in the car number 1, Nick Tucker for Nick Tucker Racing is there in 5th position. To his outside, Robert Howard for Uno Racing is going to be driving at number 50 here tonight. Robert Howard starting 6th. In row number 4, it's going to be Clay starting on the inside, driving at number 66 machine. To his outside for JR Motorsports, it's going to be Josh Terrett Hill driving that car number 300, starting in 8th. Inside row number 5, driving car number 26, it's going to be Chase Matsko, starting in 9th. To his outside, Andrew Kahn in that number 39 will be rolling off at 10th. And row number 6, it's going to be Cale Tuberville in the number 64, starting in 11th. To his outside in 12th, it's going to be Justin Wilkinson in that number 99. Row number 7 on the inside in 13th position is going to be starting P.J. Wentland in that car number 3. To his outside in car number 34 is going to be Matt Mars for Red Bank Racing starting in 14th. For RW Racing Team, it's their own David Duncan driving that car number 18, starting inside row number 8 in 15th position. Graham Connolly will roll off on the outside of row number 8 in that car number 71, starting 16th. Inside row number 9 is John Dubai in that car number 21. To his outside of row number 9 is Bobby Watts driving that car number 37. In 19th tonight, inside row number 10 is going to be Joseph Spillman with Dan Brassington there in 20th for FBR Motorsports on his outside. Brian Peters rounding out your field here tonight. Sorry, I had the wrong date up there. Today is 8-6. We get going here tonight for the FFTv. And already up and over goes Chase. Now he gets taken out there, and we didn't even make it to turn number 1. Yellow flag out. What a start to the night. Take another look at it here. Unsure exactly what happened. Just no chaos ensued. As we're looking at it here, try to see if we can get back to this. I don't know quite who was the initial start. It was somewhere around car number 50. Yeah, we re-look at it here. I know it was there with the car number 50. I wonder if he just could not, if he spun tires or what happened there, downshifted. Something happened to car number 50 there. Trying to find him here on my score sheet. There he is, Robert Howard. So Robert Howard up there on the outside. Missed a gear or something. Checked up that outside lane. Ends up getting loose. And tried to catch it. Ends up getting tagged from behind. Flips Chase Batsko up and over. And gets spun around, bringing the whole field with him. Robert Howard gets around here, and a lot of other drivers as well. Now we've seen one driver there. Try to see who that is. That's the 18. David Duncan trying to get back here to the pit road. So first caution of the night. There at lap number 1. Didn't even make it to turn number 1. Lights still on in the pace car as they come down here through the travel. Got one blinking a little bit. Not sure who that might be. Lights go out. We're going to get a double up. Wilkinson having issues here. Tarrant Hill. All right, here we go. Green flag back in the air. Here at lap number 4, getting off to a little bit better start as a 33. Ben Parsons out front as we're on board with him. Coming down here through the corner. Captain trying to pilot that car here to a victory if he can. As you see him single file down through the front stretch, down here through off of turn number 1 now. As they head off into 2, heading towards that back stretch here at Charlotte. Lap number 6 of the 75 laps on the board. There we got Evan Gomet back here. There we're looking at Clay Sarton in that number 66. Mark Nelson out of Pierre, South Dakota. And they work down the back stretch into corner number 3, 4. Ben Parsons still holding on that lead, but he's got all kind of company coming there by. You got the 17 of Sage Greco back here. As you can see, there's that 17. We're still watching him. And behind him is Mark Nelson in that number 86. And behind that is the 66 of Clay Sarton in that Monster Energy machine. I think we've lost a few drivers back here. There they come out of the turn. And a lot of action's happening up front here. Taking a look back here towards the middle of the pack around Chase Matsko area. And Chase Matsko got that car kind of put back upright, rolling along. And they head on down through here off of turn number 2. As they work here off the corner, down here across the front stretch. You're watching Chase Matsko back here in 10. Rolling along, just trying to bide his time as we're back up front here with Mark Nelson in that number 86. Sitting in 3rd right now. Look out, here comes the no, I was going to say maybe we'll see Patrick Lane, and we not quite yet, as Evan Gomet still trying to shape it up down there to the inside underneath Ben Parsons. Now you see them coming there off the corner. We saw a few drivers end up getting into that outside wall during practice and qualifying to where they had a lap of no time. Mark Nelson now trying to get at the 2nd place position as they come there off of turn number 2. Way up there against that outside wall. Gomet down there to the inside. Still hanging tough. And we're down here into corner number 1. Side by side there for 2nd. Going to be side by side there for 4th and 5th. Nelson ends up cutting it down there to the bottom side as Gomet takes the top side. And you're on board there with Nelson as he looks forward there at Gomet. And we got a caution out possibly there to come through the tri-oval. Clay Sarton. Up there with 17 of Sage Greco. as they get together here on the front stretch. 17 catches the nose of the 66. Somehow, I'm not sure who's at fault there. Tight racing. Lights still on the pace machine here at lap number 17. Front row right now, it's going to be Evan Gomet and Mark Nelson. And back there on the second row back, that's going to be Nick Tucker and Cale Tuberville. Hopefully I'm saying that okay there, Cale. Thank you everybody for coming out and watching tonight. For the FMA FFTv Gen 4 Cup Series. Heading down here into corner number 1. Lights are out. They're going to get lined up side by side the way they should be. And we're getting set to rock and roll here from Charlotte once again here at lap number 18 of the 75. All right, green flag back in the air down here in the corner number 1. Out onto the back. Well, sorry, I thought I heard them back green flag racing. Oh, we're back through here through turn 3 and 4. Now we're green flag racing as they storm down here in the corner number 1 here at lap number 19 of the 75. There out front, that's going to be Nick Tucker there in second. Evan Gomet out front leading the race. Mark Nelson there in third with Cale Tuberville there in fourth. As they're single file out here, looking back a little farther. Got Ryan Peters in that 5. Looks like there might be a little damage there to the number 99. We're on board there with the 5 of Ryan Peters. Out there in front of him, Graham Connolly in that number 71. Working down here through this corner onto the backstretch. Everybody single file. Now we'll look back a little farther. Dan Brassington back there in 18th. Evan Gomet as your leader. Clay Sarton down 13 spots from where he started. And there we go. 37 around Bobby Watts. John Dubai also involved. I see there 39 of Andrew Kahn. Not who I'm wanting to see, though. I'm wanting to see as you saw there, Bobby Watts was involved. Now, as you see, there it is, the 21 there of Dubai. Come back. Well, I want to take a look at that in slow motion there. As you see, the 21 end up into the outside wall. Coming back up onto the track. Man, what net code here? Just send that 37 of Bobby Watts up there into the outside wall. There's a 29. Really nowhere to go for Dan Brassington. Lights are out. We're going to get them stacked back up here. Third of the way through the race. Down here through the front stretch. Green flag back out as we're now officially a third of the way through the race and out into the outside wall. And caution comes back out as we have problems there. Joseph Spillman involved. Think we have one car blinked out that caused the issue. Now, big checkup out of the 41 there of Joseph Spillman. I think it kind of startled him. Well, if you watch here, the 17 just kind of ends up going dark for a moment up there in the outside wall. The 41 gets into him and then gets hit from behind. Now he'll send them two drivers around, down into traffic. Catches the 99 there up into the 64. Chase Matsko barely get through there on the bottom side. Hey, Bobby Watts trying to make it through. These drivers seem to be having a few issues on the restarts here tonight. As they head on to the backstretch there, side by side there. Up there towards the front. Good evening, Bobby. How's it going?
It's going fine.
Dodging everything okay?
Yeah, I got through that one pretty cool.
Now, we saw you kind of struggling there in the 37 a little bit, trying to stay out of other people's mess.
Yeah.
You think you have anything that it might take to get up towards the front a little bit?
I don't know, these guys are very fast tonight.
So am I hearing you kind of content on wherever you finish is where you're finished tonight?
Yep, I'll take it.
Alrighty. Well, good luck keeping the car in one piece. This one, we're only a third of the way through. We'll see if it calms down any, but I don't see that happening.
I think we will.
Alrighty. Well, good luck the rest of the way there, Bobby.
Thank you.
Bobby Watts, number 37, currently sitting back here in 11. Now these drivers are out front. There you see the number 1 there of Nick Tucker. Ryan Peters there in second. Mike Trout, Brett will pull it down there on the infield. Down through the pit road goes the pace car. Now we're getting back. Green flag racing here at lap number 30. As they head on down here in the corner number 1, everybody's trying to get the best they can here. keeping them cars under control down through the backstretch, getting off to a better start that time. Now I see Ryan Peters there up in second, got a mirror full of Evan Gomento as they head down through turn 3 and 4. That Joker painted scheme there on the 5. As they head on down through the trial down here in the corner number 1. Here at lap number 31, Nick Tucker leading the way. Let's go ahead. We haven't done it for a while. Let's see if we can wake up that groundhog. Back out here at the Speedway. Not exactly sure for what. I'm not seeing anything. Do we happen to have a debris caution, maybe? Not sure exactly what happened there. Hey, Chase, how's it going?
Good, how about you?
It's going well. Are you able to enlighten us what that caution might have been for? I mean, was it debris? Did I miss something? Or
It must have been in the backstretch. Ooh, my screen just shut off. That was terrifying. Okay, we're good. At least that happened now, not in the race.
Well, hopefully you got your screen back.
Yeah, we're good. I hit the power button, turn right back on.
Well,
yeah, I heard Dan say that was his fault, so maybe it was something with Dan Brasington, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I didn't even see any cars down there or anything, so. But hopefully you can get that car up a couple more positions, get into a podium spot here. It's been tough battling out there tonight.
Oh yeah, I flipped on the front stretch from the beginning of the race, so this is a good comeback.
Well, yeah, we saw that. We saw you on your roof and didn't even make it to corner number 1 yet.
Nope, that was a little terrifying, but hey, we're doing good now, so.
Alrighty, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Here they go, coming to the line. Okay, Masco up there on the top side. There you see Evan Gomet getting off to a great start there. As they head on down here in the corner number 1. Side by side back here for third with Ben Parson and Cale Tuberville. Tuberville's going to take over third spot. Chase Masco back to fifth. Now looking to the inside of Parsons. Cannot quite get there. Parson now getting up there to Tuberville. As they're side by side back here towards the back. Yeah, see that 29 there of Dan Brassington with the 3 of PJ Wentland. They got the 5 of Ryan Peters there as well. Brassington falling back some here. Up there on the top side, there comes Joseph Spillman up there in the number 41. Trying to work here at the back of the pack. Kind of biding his time. Here you see Andrew Kahn there in 6th. Working down through the front stretch, going underneath. Ben Parson goes Matsko. Look out though to see if that 39 of Andrew Kahn will do the same thing. He's going to try it. And so far so good. Up there to the high side as Parson as they're down here in the corner number 3. Kahn there to the inside. Cale here in third. Got a mirrorful of Matsko. Rolling off the corner. Look out. Here comes Robert Howard in at 50. Bobby Watts there behind him in that 9th spot now. Was in 11th. Moved himself up to 9th. Justin Wilkinson now back here in 11th. Ryan Peters there in 12th. And some of these drivers are going to have to help me here. Bobby Watts is up 9 spots from what I can see. Ryan Peters up 9 spots. Matt Mars up 7. The biggest mover right now looks to be the 5 of Ryan Peters. We can try to continue moving forward. He gets up there into 11th. Up 10 spots there as he works on Bobby Watts underneath here at lap number 40. Come down here into corner number 3. Evan Gomet is going to go down there to the inside. Mark Nelson out there to the outside. Cale there 3rd. Chase there 4th. Andrew Kahn there 5th. Ben Parson back here in 6th. And running there behind him is this week's driver spotlight there of Matt Marsh. I heard it there during warm-ups. The interview with that Joseph Spillman and he were having. Thank you, Joseph, for bringing that to FMA. Definitely add something here on the broadcast. And to highlight some of the drivers here at FMA for what they do to help the league and stuff. Is he getting a great run out there on the outside, getting around Ben Parson. Now, I thought he was getting around Ben Parson, but he's got all kind of havoc around him as they come down through the front stretch down here in the corner number 1. And he's into the outside wall. That's going to slow him down. That's going to give that one. Oh, boy. A little tight there, coming there off of turn number 4. Rushing that outside wall again is Matt Mars. There in front of him now is Nick Tucker in the number 1. Got the 50 of Robert Howard there underneath them. Rolling up here on Ben Parson now. Parson's there in 6th. Up there towards the front. Evan Gomet running there behind Nelson. And there in 3rd is Chase Matsko as Cale is falling back in the 5th. Andrew Kahn there 4th. Ben Parson, as we said, sitting 5th. Running here in this group of cars. As they roll off turn number 3 here at lap number 43. Now head off the 4. Back out onto the front stretch. Go ahead and throw the map up now just so you can kind of see where the driver is at. Everybody's still clumped together for the most part here. As you see that 3 of PJ Wentland there in 14th position. He's down 1 position from where he started, but still hanging in there all right. Dan Brassington, Matt Mars up here. Now we see another brush to the wall. Not sure out of who. as they roll down here into corner number 3 and 4, back out there onto the front stretch. David Duncan on the pit road, rolling off here. There you see that 50 of Robert Howard, Ryan Peters, that 99 of Justin Wilkinson trying to get something working there on the high side. As it comes storming through storming through 1 and 2, heading down here through the backstretch, forward 3 and 4. Everybody works together here down in the corner number 1 and 2. The 18 finally getting rolling off of pit road. Mark Nelson out front. Evan Gomet there second. Chase Matsko third. Kel Tuberville there in fourth. Andrew Kahn there fifth. Dick Tucker sixth. Ben Parsons seventh. Justin Wilkinson there eighth. Ryan Peters ninth. Robert Howard 10th. Matt Mars there 11th. Dan Brassington back here in 12th. Bobby Watts 13th. BJ Winton 14th. And Joseph Spillman sitting there in 15th. As these drivers really put on the show tonight. There you're looking at Ryan Peters in that number 5 machine, working there out of turn number 2 down that back straightaway, getting up there to the high side of Ben Parsons. Ben Parsons falling back quite a bit right now, as he's now back there in about 9th position as they come here off of turn number 4, back out across the stripe. 48 of the 75 well, looks like Ryan Peters had a split second of blinking out there for a moment. The 99 there in front of him. Justin Wilkinson. Down through the backstretch. Captain there in the 33. They're heading down here off. There you see the 50 of Robert Howard. Matt Mars there in the 34. Dan Brassington there in the 29, sitting in 12. Ryan Peters up 13 spots, if that holds true. There they come across. 26 laps to go. Working down here onto the back stretch. Ben Parsons sitting there in 9th. Jacob Wilkinson moved back into 8th as Ryan Peters got a great run down to his inside. Coming down there off of turn number 4 now, out there onto the front stretch. Down through, here they go. Everybody hanging on here as Mark Nelson's there in front. Evan Gomet there second. Chase Matsko there third. Cale Tuberville there in fourth. Andrew Kahn there fifth. As they head on out, Mark Nelson up there in front. Evan Gomet there second. Chase Matsko, as we said, is third. That is how the top 3 sit at the moment. As looks like Ryan Peters still having some issues, kind of in and out there, blinking possibly. As they head off down through here into the quarter, Ben Parsons there in the 33. Down through that back stretch down here, through the front stretch down. The 18, David Duncan, lap down. As they head on down through here, I think we do have a couple of drivers that are out for, say, the 66th place Sarton, the 300 of Tarrant Hill, Sage Greco in the 17, and Graham Connolly in the 71 are all out. As you're on board there with Justin Wilkinson in that 99. 22 laps to go here at Charlotte, down here around the track. Down there across that inside lane. There you just watch him come on there off the corner. That 99 almost up into the outside wall. Same with the 50 of Howard. There we got Nick Tucker driving that number 1 Bass Pro machine. Right there behind him is Ryan Peters. As we're going down through here. Dale Tuberville there in 4th. Up 7 spots from what I can see. Dan Brassington up 8. Down there to the inside goes Ben Parson as he takes back that spot from Justin Wilkinson. Wilkinson ends up into the outside wall a little bit, coming there off the board. 20 laps to go here for Mark Nelson as he's out front. Jake Matsko there in 3rd. In between them is Evan Gomet. We're watching Ryan Peters here trying to get things squared away. Up front, Evan Gomet is trying, he can't get up there to battle there. Chase Matsko there in 3rd. Cale Tuberville there in 4th. Andrew Kahn there 5th. Nick Tucker there 6th. Ryan Peters in 7th. Now they head on down into corner number 1, the 86 there of Mark Delson. Evan Gomet there in 2nd. Chase Matsko 3rd. Cale Tuberville. Andrew Kahn round out your top 5. As you're watching, Nick Tucker with Ryan Peters, and Peters goes underneath him, gets another spot there, up to 6th. 18 laps to go. Tucker's right there behind him, down there through. Thanks everyone for coming out and watching here at Quaker Farm TV. Watching on the pole tonight here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with Freedom Motorsport Alliance, the FMA FFTv Gen 4 Cup Series. They head on out here, looking down there underneath of Peters is Tucker as he wants to try to gain that spot back. Ben Parsons did get back up there into 8th. Robert Howard crashed. That number 50 ends up in the bottom there of the racetrack. See exactly what happened here. Not seeing much there. All right, see it. He got loose right there in front of the 34 of Mars. So Mars gets collected. Now it looks like it started back here coming out of 4. 50 ends up just getting a little loose. Guy in the catcher ends up skating it down there into the infield. And when he comes back up onto the racetrack, and lost it again right there in front of Mars. Here we can see caution lights are out. 16 laps to go. Everybody's down pit road, taking tires, getting that cars worked on one more time, trying to get everything situated they want to. You see everybody abiding, staying there to the right side as they come down through the pits. You see them here. As race off pit road. Here I see Nelson there, and it's going to be Evan Gomet, and we have problems there, it looks like, as the 50 tries to get into a spot as somebody else is coming out. Spillman now out front as your leader. I don't know how well that's going to be with everybody behind him having fresh tires. Good evening there, Joe. How's it going? You got a copy there, Joseph? Joseph must be in his own world here. Oh, see.
No, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
What I'm saying.
What's that?
Yeah, I actually need to talk to the rest of the drivers here, please.
Okay. I was just curious
Yeah.
what that strategy call was.
Yeah, I need to talk to him.
Alrighty. Mark Nelson up there on the high side. Have him go, Matt.
Good, how about you? Yeah, it could have been a lot better if I didn't smack the wall there. But hey. Yeah, I don't know how my car is still drivable at that. I got rear end damage, front end damage, and wheel damage. So I don't know how I was still able to be somewhat competitive pace-wise after that. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, so, I mean, hey, I'll take it, though. Especially from flipping on lap 1 to getting 3rd place. Oh. Yeah, I haven't looked. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, sounds good, man. Just FMA, the league, Regal Wraps, and Dr. Pepper. Sounds good, man. See you then.
Hey, Adam. Okay, well, I'll just be mean to you, and then you won't be able to fight back. How's that sound? Correct. There was. Evan was in front of me, and I got through him, and I led most of the middle portion of the race, which was nice because this is my favorite oval. It's also my strongest oval, so I set my expectations pretty high, even though I was struggling with like single lap pace. But I had a feeling I'd be good in the long run. Just kind of blew it towards the end. I was on the restart next to Joe there, and I thought his tires were going to send him forward across the track, and I hesitated on doing my job well, and I almost crashed. So that allowed Kale to get by me, and then I could never get it to be just him and me. You know, I was fighting other people. Oh, just thanks to anybody that's on here watching me and supporting you, and thanks to my wife if she ever decides to watch. Thanks. Good. Thanks a lot, Adam. You have a good one.
Wonderful. How about yourself? Yeah, honest. No, not really. I started off the night. I was way off the pace, didn't know what I was doing in qualifying. Uh, Started way in the back, and I just had really good luck throughout the night, and everybody else had the crappiest luck they could have ever imagined. So I'm thankful the way it worked out for me. Yes, sir. I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week. I want to give a huge thanks to FMA, everybody that's behind this, putting this league on. It's a really nice league. You for doing such a wonderful job up in the booth. I'd like to give a shout out to Rob and Evan for helping me with strategy. It's real unfortunate what happened to Evan, but you'll have that on them big jobs, and yep, maybe we'll try and get some more next time. Yes, sir. See you there. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here. Going pretty good. Yeah, I was trying hard, but like I said earlier, these guys are fast out here. So I mean, to get up there and be the hardest charger, which was what I actually aim for, because I know I'm just trying to learn. These guys are some fast guys out here. Well, I don't really have a team. It's just me, just something I've been doing for a long time. It's just these guys that I race with are pretty passionate guys and pretty hard, so I just go as hard as I can. A lot of them are predictable. They're very clean racers, so I just try to give them my all. Yeah, that's what happens. I accidentally made a mistake there and didn't have put my tires on, so I had to come back down there before the last green flag. Yeah, I don't seem to qualify the best, but when it comes to the race pace, I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's Bristol. All right, hopefully I'll be the hard charger there, if not a winner. Yes, sir.